Messier, I'm Antti, I play the bass, and you're watching GRIMM TV.
I'm Christian and I play the drums.
Hi, I'm Lauri. I play guitar, sing, and I write songs for the band Messier.
To start with, how are you doing, guys, today?
Oh, great! It's an exciting day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just put out our debut album, which we actually finished a couple of years back already, before the virus hit. So it's really exciting to get it out eventually, finally. Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Now, you guys are quite new band. Could you shortly tell me how you guys kind of got together and how you got to start making music?
Yeah. I've been writing songs for so long that I can't remember. I think I've been writing music since I was in junior high, 13, 14 years old, and I've been looking for a band, for the right band to play my music with, and it took me quite a while actually. In 2016, the fall of 2016, I was studying in the US. I was in Maryland, and at the time there was the presidential election going on, and during that time I wrote a lot of music, and many of those songs eventually ended up on the album that we're releasing today. But I came back to Finland on New Year's Eve 2016, so it was turning to 17, and in 2017 the three of us kind of got together over playing Weezer. We had known each other for a couple of years actually, but well, we never played together except for a couple of odd sessions. But at that time we kind of connected over Weezer and started playing, and eventually we even played a kind of a tribute show in Oulu. And after that was done, at least I felt kind of empty. We had such a great time, and it felt pretty disappointing that it would end. So after that we began playing my own songs, and here we are.
Okay, so if I got it right, you write all the music and all the lyrics, or do you guys have some influence to the songs as well?
So far I've written all the music and the lyrics.
We kind of like when Lauri brings a song to the rehearsal place, we kind of put the last pieces together.
Yeah, we arrange it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the guys can have input, but so far there hasn't been on musically or lyrics wise.
Okay. I was also kind of wondering where the name of the band exactly comes from.
Yeah, that's a funny story.
I was hoping for that.
We were thinking of a lot of different names back when we started, because we wanted to get that out of the way. So we had maybe 20 names listed, and they were all pretty crap. So
Terrible.
yeah, bad names. Yeah, but then Christian and me, we were listening to a band called Captain Jazz. That's from the United States, and it's a pretty legendary emo band. So, and Lauri is not.
Not so big on emo.
Yeah. So we were talking about a song called "Oh Messy Life" from them, and then Christian, I think, tried to change it into "Oh Messier Life," and then
Yeah, I hated it. So I said that's not it. But instead I suggested that we would be Messier. And after that, me and Antti, we picked the Mark Messier link. And then Christian was, backing down. He wasn't so much into NHL instead. So,
and still isn't.
yeah, true. So he tried to back out of it, but that made me want the name even more.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So no deeper meaning really behind it.
No.
Yeah.
You already kind of hinted that you guys all listen to Weezer. I was kind of wondering what like other music or bands like really influence your sound.
Well, I think the three of us, I felt we were pretty much the only three people in Oulu, where we come from, who would be so big on kind of like punk influenced music, indie music, and stuff like that. So we connected over the likes of Jeff Rosenstock and Pop and the big names like Blink-182 and Weezer.
Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah, The Strokes and Interpol and loads of other stuff. But we kind of felt that there's a whole lot of metal coming out of all, and lots of people play that. But luckily the three of us found each other.
Yeah, it's definitely like the sound of your band is definitely something that sticks out in what usually comes out of Finland overall, not just Oulu. Now, like you mentioned earlier today, you released your debut album finally, and you got to release it through like a quite big label immediately. I've heard that's kind of an interesting story.
Yeah, it sure is. So, right when we started in August 2017, we took as our goal to, record a full-length album. And I'm not even sure why, but we didn't want to start recording just singles or an EP. We felt like we should go for an LP. And that's what we did. In a couple of years, we practiced and arranged and recorded those 10 songs that you can hear on the album. And we got the final master tape in August 2019, and we haven't touched it since. It's the same. And at that time we wanted to find a publisher for us, a record label for us. And first we looked around in Finland, and we got some responses, but mostly they were saying that we should look somewhere else. So we did. I think it was in December 2019 that we just shot an email over the Atlantic to SideOneDummy Records, and we didn't even expect to get a reply. So it was late in the evening, and we had to go to work the next day. So we went to sleep. And then we woke up next morning, and we found the response. And what was it? It was like 2 hours after we had sent the
Yeah.
first message, we already got the response, and you know, the album is like 35 minutes long, so they were quite quick with their response. And the email said that they liked the album and they would like to connect with us.
So
So
it was like 2 lines, something like sounds great, and then an exclamation point, and then let's connect or something
Yeah.
like that.
yeah, it was pretty straightforward. And a couple of weeks later, we were having the first conference call to, you know, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And like, how does it feel to be on a label that hasn't had quite big names on the roster?
Well, of course, it's great. It's great that they have had such a strong legacy and so big names, but also because they have released artists that are so important to us, like we mentioned, Jeff Rosenstock,
Hmm.
who was mainly the reason that we even tried to connect with SideOneDummy.
Well, really cool for you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not every band can say that. Like, they immediately
Yeah. It's,
reel in a good label.
yeah, it's really silly because I'm not sure what we would have done if they didn't answer anything.
I'm so glad we don't really have to think about it. Yeah.
Now I've seen like a couple of reactions here and there on the singles you released earlier and stuff. Like, I think I saw on one of the videos that someone was comparing it to like hints of Nirvana and I think the Vagabonds or something. Are there like any other reactions you've gotten from people discovering you that kind of stuck with you, or?
Sure, we have had a lot of like great feedback, but there hasn't been that many comparisons, which I find great, because you know we sort of have our own sound,
Yeah.
and even though it's our debut album, it already has like a distinct feel to it, and of course with the coming albums and releases, we'll explore that even further.
Yeah, and I noticed there weren't like that crazy many comparisons. It was just like, here a hint of this and here
Yeah,
a
yeah,
hint of that.
yeah.
So that's good, because there's always
Yeah.
going to be a hint of some other band somewhere
Sure.
in there.
Yep.
I also thought that your videos are quite like, they're super simple, but because of that they kind of really, I don't know, resonate with me or really caught my eye.
Yeah.
Like, where did you sort of got the inspirations for them? Like, well, the Simon Says one is a really simple one.
Yeah. Well, usually those videos we take the initiative. We have a strong, simple idea, and then we just make it happen ourselves. Like with the latest video for On Malaise, we just lent a camera, and then we woke up at like 4 a.m. in the morning, and we shot it. It was done by midday.
Yeah.
So that's how you do those. But for the Simon Says video, it's a reference to Bob Dylan, and that's also great.
Yeah, we sometimes have like super ambitious ideas, like, but then we have to like tone it down, because usually we have to film the music videos, like we have the idea and then the deadline is in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we have to get the gear somewhere and someone to film it if it's not ourselves. So
Yeah, but at times we go crazy, like with the saltwater flush video.
yeah,
We just thought it would be great to, you know,
yeah,
wear a suit and you know, walk into the sea.
yeah.
And so that's what we did, and it was I think early December or something.
I even broke my ankle filming the
Yeah.
music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just it has like that DIY feel, but it's still like very classy, I think.
Thanks.
It's kind of cool. Fits with the whole like indie vibe of your music, in my opinion, at least.
Great.
That's what we're going for, I think. Yeah.
Well, I hope a lot of people like listen to your album and discover you. I think there's definitely a big market for your music, because like I listened to it like today a couple of times, and well, I really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what really matters. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
We just want to write and record music, and you know, if people like it, then that's great.
Yeah.
We can keep on doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like there's been and there are still a lot of those kind of more poppy indie punky bands, and I often have a problem with like finding something that actually speaks to me, because a lot of them just sound like one and the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think with you guys is like not the case.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, you know, I sort of connect with those other you know, pop punk and indie bands, aesthetically at least, I think. But you know, I've always been a fan of a great song, so I want to, you know, write songs that actually have something in them. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's hard to stick out in that genre, in my opinion. Like there's only a couple of bands that like for instance Pop.
Yeah, definitely.
They have sort of a similar sound, but they still like have that little extra to me.
Yeah.
Now sadly you won't be able to tour yet with the album. Just I'm guessing you don't really have like big plans on that yet, because everything is so unsure.
Yeah.
No, there isn't any big plans, but we are planning to release live versions of those songs, like studio live sessions later on, and hopefully we can get to, you know, playing shows in Finland at least sooner or later. But even though it is really tough not playing shows at the moment, but we have kind of how do you say that? Well,
Taking the most out of the like free time, not playing gigs.
Yeah, we decided to focus on new music. We have a lot of new songs waiting to be recorded, and we're looking forward to, you know, recording the second album in I think quite shortly.
Well, at least that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Some more music.
Yep.
Never hurts. Well, if we could like dream for a moment, who would you love to like tour with?
I'd have to say Jeff Rosenstock.
I would say the same.
It's kind of stupid. This sounds like we're promoting for our label, but I just thought about this the other day, and I watched like a documentary about his ex-band Bond, the music industry, and he seems like the coolest guy ever, and I just love everything he does. So he's maybe my favorite artist from 2000s, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to go with the other two. Touring with Jeff would be great, I think. I quite often refer to him as, you know, Bruce Springsteen of punk rock, 'cause, you know, his compositions and arrangements are quite ambitious, and I really admire that.
Okay, cool.
Do we
Well.
have any alternates? Like,
What do you mean?
have you ever thought about like touring with any other band? Because
No.
yeah, I think I have. But
I have never even thought about this question before, so
Really?
No.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Since you're sort of on the same label, they can make it work whenever he gets here.
yeah.
It'd be cool for you guys.
Yeah. think he's like an alumni member of the label. So, but I think they're friends too.
Yep.
Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Okay, I think like we can wrap this up. Is there anything any of you guys would like to add still to our talk?
I think.
Just listen to the album.
Yeah, yeah,
Buy the record.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, it's available on vinyl.
yeah, and the vinyl is supposed to look great. We have a great album cover,
Yeah.
and it's bone white. And you know, there's an insert with the lyrics and a couple of cool photos. So you definitely want to get
Yeah.
one of those for yourself
Mhm.
and your mom.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.